When you say, I want to be healthy, you are actually admitting that you are currently sick. But when you claim, I am healthy, the power within you is compelled to transform that health into reality. The blank checkbook. Your consciousness, or I am, is like a signed blank checkbook. Whatever amount you write on that check, meaning whatever you believe yourself to be, life will give you exactly that much in cash or reality. If you write a small amount, dream small, life will keep you small. Friends, today we will dive deep into Neville Goddard's revolutionary book, At Your Command, which will forever change your world of thought. In this audiobook, through 5 special chapters, we will discover the secret keys of life that are directly at your command. Let's see what you are going to learn from these 5 chapters. Chapter 1. The Power of Consciousness. You will learn how the world around you is merely a reflection of your own consciousness. Chapter 2. I am. You will learn the secret formula for changing your identity through the universe's most powerful words, I am. Chapter 3. The Command Seat. You will understand how to turn your will into a command rather than being a slave to circumstances. Chapter 4. Claiming Success. You will learn why you must learn to claim something as your own right now rather than praying for it. Chapter 5. The Ultimate Faith. You will learn how to deny the evidence of the senses and turn your imagination into reality. Friends, these 5 steps are not just for listening. They are powerful weapons to bring every unfulfilled dream of your life into reality. So let's begin.
Chapter 1. The Power of Consciousness. In this chapter, Neville Goddard begins with an infallible truth. Your world is an expression of your consciousness. What you see on the outside is merely a mirror reflecting your inner beliefs. Trying to change the world is as futile as trying to clean your reflection by rubbing the mirror. Instead, change yourself, and the reflection will change automatically. Remember, Neville forbids us from thinking like ordinary people and teaches us how to govern our world like a commander or a ruler. The core message of the first chapter is consciousness is the only reality. Neville says that your current circumstances, your bank balance, your relationships, or your body are not permanent truths. They are merely the results of your past declarations or beliefs. If you can shift your conscious mind away from the present and fix it upon your desired goal, the entire universe is compelled to bring that desire into reality. Real-life stories and examples. Neville Goddard provides some deep spiritual examples in this chapter to explain the impact of consciousness. Metaphorical interpretation of the Bible. Neville did not view the Bible as a historical book, but rather as a psychological guide for the human mind. He did not define Jesus or God as an external power, but the awareness within a human being. He demonstrated that when the Bible says, I am the way, the truth, it is actually speaking about your own sense of I am. The story of the blind man. Neville gives the example of a man who is blind, meaning he only sees his current lacks. But when he opens his eyes of consciousness and believes that he can see, meaning his goal is fulfilled, a miraculous change occurs in his life. Neville states that denying the limitations of the present is the first victory of consciousness. The mystery of creation. He explains that when God created the world, He did not bring in materials from the outside. He simply declared through His consciousness, "Let there be light," and there was light. In the exact same way, you are creating your own world through your consciousness. Metaphorical stories from the book. The Lord and the Servant. Your conscious mind is the Lord or commander, and your circumstances around you are your servants. The servant always obeys the master's orders. If you consider yourself poor, the circumstances will make you even poorer. But if you hold the consciousness of being wealthy, circumstances are forced to bring you riches. Changing clothes. Neville says your current identity is like an old garment. If you want to become a new person, you must take off the old garment, old thoughts, and put on the new one, a new successful identity, right now, meaning you must start living in that new identity immediately. 3 major lessons of this chapter. Do not give importance to the outer world. No matter what your current situation is, do not accept it as the ultimate truth. It is merely a reflection of your past thoughts. Unification of consciousness. Shift your mind away from lack or problems and fix it entirely upon your goal. Providing recognition. Instead of thinking that what you want to be will happen in the future, embrace the realization within your mind right now. I am that person now. Friends, today you learnt that the remote control of your life is in the hands of your own consciousness. Stop fighting to change the outer world from today and start decorating your inner world. But what is the password to lock this mysterious power of consciousness? See you in the 2nd chapter, where we will reveal the most mysterious and powerful words in the universe. I am.
Chapter 2. I am that I am. The most powerful and mysterious part of Neville Goddard's philosophy is this 2nd chapter. He believed that once a person understands this single truth, they no longer need any other prayer. In this chapter, Neville Goddard teaches that the most powerful words in the universe are I am. This is not a common phrase, it is the true name of the commander or creator within you. Whatever you attach to these words, I am, your life will begin to become exactly that. The core foundation of the 2nd chapter is defining yourself. Neville says that when you say, I am poor, I am sick, or I am a failure, you are actually giving that command to the God within you or your infinite consciousness. Consciousness then obeys that command, keeping you needy or unsuccessful. Just like conquering lust, the battle here is with yourself. You must deny your current limitations and state, I am that which I want to be. Real-life stories and examples. Neville Goddard highlights several spiritual and psychological truths in this chapter to explain the power of I am. The story of Moses and the burning bush. Using a biblical example, Neville explains that when Moses asked God for his name, God replied, I am that I am. Neville suggests this means your own awareness is that God. Whatever you claim yourself to be, the world will return that to you. Transformation from poor to rich. Neville speaks of a person who always thought of themselves as helpless due to poverty. Neville taught them that instead of looking at the current state of their pockets, they must say to themselves, I am wealthy. Once they fixed this I am that I am feeling in their consciousness, the walls of lack collapsed on their own. The wrong method of prayer. Neville noticed that people usually pray for the future, I will be happy one day, but Neville says this is a wrong method. You must say in the present tense, right now, I am happy, because your subconscious mind only understands the present, not the future. Metaphorical stories from the book. The blank checkbook. Your consciousness, or I am, is like a signed blank checkbook. Whatever amount you write on that check, meaning whatever you believe yourself to be, life will give you exactly that much in cash or reality. If you write a small amount, dream small, life will keep you small. Glass of water and color. Just as water is transparent, your core being or consciousness is also transparent. But if you mix red color in water, the water looks red. Similarly, when you mix the color of I am successful with your transparent consciousness, your entire life becomes colored with the hue of success. 3 major lessons of this chapter. Using I am consciously. Never place anything negative after the word I when speaking or thinking, because it is a direct command. The power of the present tense. Start living with the feeling that what you want to be, you already are. The world as a mirror. Remember, the world is merely a mirror. Whatever you say to yourself standing in front of the mirror or the world will show you exactly that form. Friends, today you learned the ultimate password of the universe that can open the locked doors of your life. Within your sense of I am lies the solution to all your problems. But what happens if you don't obey your own commands? See you in the 3rd chapter, where we will learn how to leave the seat of a slave and sit in the command seat so that every wish turns into a decree.
Chapter 3. The Command Seat. The core mystery behind why Neville Goddard titled this book At Your Command is hidden within this 3rd chapter. Here, he teaches how to stop being a slave to circumstances and sit upon the throne of your own life. In this chapter, Neville Goddard makes a revolutionary declaration. Your world is at your command. If you are under the command of lack, disease, or failure, it is only because of your own error. This is because you are unknowingly obeying those negative situations as decrees. This chapter will teach you how to command your own destiny. The foundation of the 3rd chapter is taking authority. Neville says that the human mind is a magic wand. When you declare something as truth with full self-confidence and do not deviate from that declaration, the entire world is compelled to obey your order. There is no room here for pleading or petitioning. There is only the command. Real-life stories and examples. Neville Goddard highlights some brilliant psychological truths to explain the power of the commander. The metaphor of calming the sea. When Jesus in the Bible commanded the turbulent sea to be still, "Peace, be still," Neville compares this to your mind. When your mind is turbulent with anxiety, if you command your mind to be calm from the high seat of your consciousness and believe that peace has already arrived, your surrounding circumstances are forced to settle. The example of the beggar and the king. Neville noticed that most people beg from life like a beggar. Please give me a little happiness, please give me a little money. But Neville says this attitude will keep you a beggar forever. You must command, like a king, I am happy now, I am wealthy now. Because a king never begs, he only decrees. Making the invisible visible. He cites examples of individuals who did not look at their empty pockets but issued a command of abundance within their minds. Neville showed that when you command an invisible state and claim it as visible, that invisible state begins to shape in reality. Metaphorical stories from the book. The clay and the potter. Your life is like wet clay, and your consciousness is the potter. Just as a potter can give clay any shape he desires, you can give your life any form through your command. The clay never tells the potter what it will be. It is the potter who commands the clay. The shadow and the object. Your current situation is merely a shadow of your consciousness. If you want to move the shadow, there is no point in fighting the shadow. You must move the object, the consciousness within you. When you change the position of your consciousness by commanding yourself into a new identity, the shadow or situation will change automatically. 3 major lessons of this chapter. Deny the circumstances. Do not accept what your eyes see or your ears hear as the ultimate truth. If your situation goes against your will, simply ignore it. Firmness of command. Once you decide to be something, remain steadfast in it. Your command shall be the final word of your world. Recognizing the Lord within. Remember, no God or power outside you is controlling your life. Your awareness is the only power that holds authority over everything. Friends, today you learned how to leave the life of a slave and become the commander of your own destiny. A single firm will of yours can redesign your entire world. But is merely commanding enough? How do you claim that command into reality? See you in the 4th chapter, where we will learn that right to success, which will teach you why you no longer have to wait for anything.
Chapter 4.
Claiming success. This fourth chapter of the book, At Your Command, will permanently erase the word wait from your life. Here, Neville Goddard teaches why we must not pray to receive something, but rather learn to claim it as our own. Waiting for what you want to be in the future means denying it in the present. The universe does not understand tomorrow. It only accepts your present claim as truth. If you consider yourself worthy of success now, the world will accept you as successful. The foundation of the fourth chapter is appropriation, not petition. Neville says that ordinary people beg from God, but a conscious person claims their right. When you say, I want to be healthy, you're actually admitting that you are currently sick. But when you claim, I am healthy, the power within you is compelled to manifest that health into reality. Real life stories and examples. To explain the importance of claiming success, Neville presents some profound spiritual truths. The banquet. Neville uses a metaphorical example, saying life is like a massive royal feast where all kinds of food, success, health, joy are laid out. You simply have to go and sit at the table and pick up the food of your choice. No one will serve it to you. You must take it as your right. The story of Jacob's wrestling. Citing a story from the Bible, Neville explains how Jacob wrestled with an angel all night and said, I will not let you go unless you bless me. This is actually a symbol of your mental persistence. Do not let go of the feeling until your desired goal is etched as truth in your subconscious mind. Instant results of claiming. Neville mentions many people who prayed for years for something and received no results, but as soon as they stopped praying and started claiming that the thing already belonged to them, miraculous opportunities began to appear in their lives. Metaphorical stories from the book. The seed and the soil. Your desire or goal is a seed. When you claim, I am successful, you are actually planting that seed in the soil of your subconscious mind. If you repeatedly dig up the soil to see if the seed has sprouted, meaning if you doubt, the tree will not grow. You must believe that the seed has already started its work beneath the surface. The TV channel. All kinds of possibilities, rich, poor, healthy, sick, already exist in the universe. Whatever channel you select or claim with the remote of your consciousness is the picture that will appear on the screen of your life. You cannot hope for the picture to change without changing the channel. 3 major lessons of this chapter. Abandon the future tense. Stop saying things like, I will be or I will get. Instead, start saying, I am or I have. Mental ownership. Feel the ownership of something before you actually receive it. Imagine that you're already living in your dream house or have achieved your desired success. Patience and steadfastness. Once you claim something, remain firm in it. No matter what the outside world says, let your internal claim remain unshaken. Friends, today you learned why you no longer have to hold out your hand to anyone. Whatever you need is already kept for you in the universe. It's just waiting for you to claim it with courage. But what power will turn this claim into the ultimate reality? See you in the 5th and final chapter, where we will learn that ultimate faith, which is capable of moving the mountains before your eyes.
Chapter 5. The Ultimate Faith. This 5th chapter is the finishing touch to your entire power of consciousness. Here, Neville teaches how to deny what your 5 senses are seeing and bring your inner belief down into physical reality. In this final chapter, Neville Goddard speaks a difficult but infallible truth. Faith is not blindly accepting something, but the ability to see the invisible as visible. Your pockets may be empty. You may be ill, but if your faith declares you are a king, the universe is compelled to change the scenery around you. The foundation of the 5th chapter is denying the senses. Neville says that our eyes, ears, and nose only show us limitations, but ultimate faith is the power that can move the very walls before your eyes. When you consider your world of imagination to be more real than your outer world, miracles begin to happen. Real-life stories and examples. To explain the ultimate test of faith, Neville highlights some profound truths. the metaphor of raising Lazarus. When Lazarus died in the Bible, Jesus did not mourn. He knew Lazarus was alive, in his consciousness. Neville says you must learn to see your dying dreams as alive in this same way. When you believe a dying situation is living, life will inevitably be breathed into it. The example of the withered fig tree. When Jesus cursed a barren fig tree and it withered away, Neville interprets this as your negative thoughts. If you deny the thoughts of lack and believe they have left your life, that fig tree of lack will also wither and fall away from your existence. The unseen God. Neville explains that just as people believe in an invisible God, you must also believe in your invisible success. Until you believe in the invisible, it will not become visible. This is the primal law of creation. Metaphorical stories from the book. The ship's anchor. Your faith is like the ship's anchor. The waves of the sea, external problems, may rock the ship, but if the anchor is firm, the ship will not sink. Embed your faith deep into your goal, and circumstances will not be able to move you. The cinema projector. Your mind is a projector, and your life is the screen. If a bad picture appears, sorrow or lack, there is no use rubbing the screen. You must change the film or the belief inside the projector. When the film changes, the picture on the screen changes automatically. 3 major lessons of this chapter. Abandon the testimony of the senses. Do not give importance to what your eyes see, lack or failure. Say to yourself, this is merely an old shadow. My true reality is within me. Be at rest. Once you have claimed your goal and believed in it, do not worry anymore. Remember, your command has already begun to take effect. Practice the feeling. Feel the joy and peace right now that you would feel after becoming successful. This feeling is the ultimate proof of your faith. Friends, today concludes that extraordinary journey of Neville Goddard, At Your Command. From today, you are no longer a slave to circumstances, rather you are the supreme commander of your world. Remember, your awareness is that God, which is capable of fulfilling your every desire. Sit upon your throne from today and watch the world come under your command. See you at the peak of success. 5 powerful action messages from the 5 chapters. Chapter 1. Consciousness. Stop trying to change the outer world. From today, change your inner beliefs and thoughts, because your consciousness creates your world. Chapter 2. I am. While speaking or thinking, never mistakenly place a negative adjective after the word I. Always declare yourself successful and powerful. Chapter 3. Command. Instead of begging for mercy from circumstances, sit upon the throne of your life and issue your dream as an inviolable order. Chapter 4. Claim. Give up the wait for success to come in the future. Feel right now that your goal has already been fulfilled and you are its owner. Chapter 5. Faith. No matter what your eyes or current situation show, completely deny them and hold on to the reality of your imagination until the very end. Friends, the core lesson of this book is, do not pray to get what you want to be, rather start living by imagining yourself in that state right now. When your inner feeling becomes more real than your outer lack, the entire world will be forced to come under your command. Before leaving, a special request. If you truly want to apply the knowledge from any video in your life, take a challenge. For the next 21 days, play the video before sleeping and listen to it at least once. Your brain won't want to listen. After 2 or 3 days, it will deceive you by saying, I already know everything. Life will just go on as it was. But remember, knowing something and having it merge into your blood and flesh are not the same. If you listen for 21 days, this information will be etched into your subconscious mind. Then, even if you don't want to, your body will start applying this knowledge in reality. Additionally, listen to some book at least 30 minutes every day, whether it's on your Success Code channel or any other channel. Every top wealthy person and celebrity in the world practices knowledge for at least 1 hour every day. That is why they are in the ranks of the top 1% today. Don't forget to let us know in the comments how you liked the video. See you at the unveiling of a new mystery.